the rookie, and we're going to head into the interview.
Hello?
Leone,
There it is.
hi,
Hello.
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
All right, so, if it wasn't my job, I wouldn't ask this, and I hate to ask you this, but what happened on Bind from your perspective?
Yeah, so Bind, we played Winthrop like 2 days before this game in Div 1. And going into Bind, our attack half was looking okay, like the first time we played them, but our defense was, in better words, a mess. So we spent the 1 day that we had prepping for defense, and then we started defense, ended up taking an 8-4 half. And when we went into the attack, I'm already pug calling as it is, so our playbook isn't like crazy deep, and they already saw like how we would take stuff on attack. So it initially started working, but Winthrop being a good challenger level team with like tier 1 level players, like they're gonna adapt. They ended up adapting, which then I realized, okay, now I have to like fully pug call even more. So we started doing things that we have 0 reps on at all, and also there's like a few very important swing rounds that we ended up losing that we were in winning positions to win that ended up like costing us that overall map. So
I mean, greatly put, I will say.
Yeah.
Moving on to that second map on Pearl, the second pistol round in the second half there, y'all looked very good on in comparison, especially to the first 3 pistol rounds that you guys had. What was the difference in that last pistol round?
So our pistols are always work in progress right now. Just with the lack of time we've had, pistols aren't really something we've had the chance to go over. So all the pistols are just coming off the dome. So I just pug called something and it ended up working. We kind of had like a slight read on how they wanted to play just because we played them last time. But once we get these pistols finalized, because pistols are such an important round to win, I think we can, be really scary, especially like Bind. Like if we won one of those Bind pistols, we would have even spiraled even more, which would have been great. But don't want to make excuses. Like there was so many micro mistakes that ended up costing us that series. Pearl is a little bit different, but for Bind in particular, which was the map we were banking on, like we played really well. Vibes were really good. It just ended up slipping away just due to like 2 swing rounds that were really important, but. Yeah, pistols are just a work in progress. Once we finish our like skeleton for each map, which me and Coach Terms are working on right now, we're going to eventually mesh into the pistols. But it's kind of like last on our checklist currently, just because we want to have like an actual philosophy for each map with our team cons before we go into that.
Well, speaking of kind of preparation and moving on, you have St. Clair coming up in Division 1 this coming Sunday. What is the preparation going to look like for that as you are kind of the new IGL, you're starting to get more and more maps under your belt. How has your preparation kind of changed, and how is that going to kind of, affect what you guys do moving forward as you go and face more of these really tough teams?
Yeah, so biggest thing, it has nothing to do with who we're playing, to be honest. It's more just like we just need prep on all these maps. So we're just going week by week, trying to get a skeleton for each map as quickly as possible. But being on the crunch is really hard, so hopefully we'll have like one more map under our belt, because right now our map pool is very limited. If we get like 1 or 2 maps under our belt, then our pick bans can go a lot better, and we can, try and diversify like our comps and what we play on each map. Going against St. Clair, I know a few players on their team. I think they're relatively individually skilled. I mean no disrespect, but I'm not worried about St. Clair. Winthrop and Maryville are a different level. That's like our goal. But I think St. Clair, if we play our game how we did today, even on maps that we haven't practiced, if we play how I know we can play, I don't think that would be an issue.
Love that.
I think we're good.
I think
I love that.
That's a perfect way to end that. So
yeah.
Thank you so much, Leone, for the time.
Yep.
Good luck in your preparation for this next coming week.
Thank you.
I love that.
What a goat. Not
like that a
worried
lot.
about St. Clair. That's what you love to
Not
hear
worried
from
at
your
all.
IG. I'll
Not
tell you
worried at
that.
all.
Not worried at all. Wow. Beautiful. And I mean, admittedly, against a team like Winthrop, taking them that deep into bind is something to be very proud about.
And I get the impression from that interview that a lot of kind of the faults of this team right now are just faults of the fact that they haven't been together for super long, and that is going to kind of we're going to see
optimism.
like very clear improvement over the course of the semester. Optimism, I think, is a great word. I feel much more optimistic after listening to that interview.
I'll tell you what,
sure.
dude. I feel like this team is just gonna continue to scale better and better after this. Watching that, man. I mean, this guy just got me hyped. I'm not even on the team.
Yeah, neither am I. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But I do think in that sense it is probably good to get a team like Winthrop early in the schedule because they made it very, very clear what are our weaknesses, where do we need to improve, as opposed to kind of playing teams that you can play bad against and still win. You're not going to learn as much that way. So I do think kind of having this film that they can go back to for the rest of the season and really learn from. And I think obviously it's very clear Leone is very, very keen on learning as much as he can and really kind of trying to make those improvements as a team. So I think there's a lot of optimism around that. So I do think that kind of is kind of the silver lining about this, is that you are going to have this film early on in the